Okay. Hey, and this is today's. Um, where to start? Well, as soon as I woke up this morning, I can tell you right now, I was pissed because I went over there and my dog had pooped in two different places. Once by the dining room table and once on my mom's fancy new like $300 carpet, and I was mad. I swear to God, my dog understands what we're saying all the time, but he just pretends not to sometimes. Because it's like when we're in the kitchen and we start discussing him, and or how about he's being bad, or he's pooping everywhere, or just like talking about him, he knows. Like we'll never say his name, not once. We won't say Smokey. We won't say the word the dog or nothing like that. We don't refer to him in any way in our speech, and we're not talking in an angry voice. But as soon as we start dissing him, he goes off into his little corner underneath my desk, and he curls up in a ball, and he's like, "I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm a crappy dog." So he knows. Today, I was yelling at him, and he was looking at me like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? I didn't do anything." And then as soon as it said the word poop, he was like, that's the look he gave me anyway. He didn't actually. That'd be cool though. Well, there's been some new developments with the kittens. I do have to give them away this weekend, but my aunt. Well, you see, my uncle, his name is Salvador. He's really nice, but he had his kidney failed a couple of years ago, and the only one who in our family who had a match, like who could give him a kidney, was my Aunt Lucy, who's a very wonderful, very nice lady. I love her. Um, she's the one who hand makes all her gifts. She was the only one who was a match, and she did it. She gave him her kidney, and it was a huge deal. And they were part of a study with some fancy school or something. I don't even remember. It was a big deal for them, but she saved his life. So they're really close now, and he's coming down in December, I think, or January. He's coming for Christmas. That was it. He's coming for Christmas to see my grandparents, and they love him. He's like their baby, like their favorite. Your parents aren't supposed to play favorites, but he's their favorite, especially with the whole kidney thing. And she wants us to keep one of the kittens, the best one that she said to get the best one, keep it. And when Uncle Sal goes back up to Chicago, she wants him to take her the kitten. Who she wants one. So we were thinking of giving him the really soft one. Do you know the best way to transport a cat or any animal long range? I mean, is it okay to just put him in a car with you and take him the whole way? I don't know. So at least I know one of them at least will have a good home. I can't find anyone to take any of the other ones at all. Hope they'll be okay. Like I told you earlier, Harrison came over and we tried playing zombies. It didn't work out well, but we had a lot of fun playing one of the special game mode maps in Nazi Zombies. I think I told you, you play as 4 important politicians from like the 1970s, 60s, 80s, that era whole thing. Instead of the normal 4 characters you play as fighting off zombies, you play as President JFK, Secretary of Defense Andy McNamara, Prime Minister Fidel Castro, and Richard M. Nixon. And that is some of the greatest fun ever. Unfortunately, some of the seriousness was ruined because Futurama has completely ruined Nixon for me. Because every time I play as him, I expect him to start going, "Hoo!" Or doing that thing where he blubbers with his lips, but I'm not going to do that because I won't go that low. And then my prayers were answered at one point when I was knifing up some zombies and I stabbed one in the face and he died, and he was like, "Aroo!" And I was like, "Oh my God!" it! He did it! And Harrison was cracking up. It was fun. Making stages on my own is pretty. It's a pretty calming affair. It's like a zen thing. Like I'm kind of designing everything. Making Super Smash Brothers stages with Harrison, not as much. He's always trying because he can mess with me with his controllers. He's always trying to mess up my designs or saying, "Oh, this will look good here," and I'm like, "No, that doesn't go with the plan." He's like, "I don't care, it doesn't go with the plan. I'm gonna put it here," and then we start punching each other, and then I get hurt or he gets hurt, and then we just stop. He ends up hurting me a lot more often than I hurt him, so I gotta go emotionally. I can't punch him and he'll be like, "Ow!" I gotta be like, "Your mother was a whore." I don't actually say that. He'd kick my ass. We made 2 stages together. One is a stage made entirely of those moving platforms, the ones that go left and right and up and down. Nothing but those. And with only 4 stable platforms, because the game requires you to make at least 4 solid pieces of ground for players to spawn on. But it is a lot of fun. It's really hard to play with some characters like Bowser or Donkey Kong, but players with good mobility like Sonic and Pit and Kirby and all of them, they're really good on it. And as Ike, I can kind of maneuver really well because I love Ike. I will kick your ass with Ike. And I know I keep bringing up Super Smash Brothers and how much I can beat you, but I just gotta bring up the facts of life from time to time. Sorry. We made that one. He wanted to name it and that was the face he made because because he said that's what people will be thinking when I first drop him in the map, and I was like, that's stupid. We ended up naming it Bespin. I wanted to name it Cloud City because there was like clouds in the background and everything was moving in the air, and he was like, no, that's too obvious, name it Bespin. The true fans will know the reference, but it's obscure enough to make people who don't know go like, huh, what's Bespin? And it worked out fine. And then we made another map. It's designed for stamina matches. It's completely enclosed by solid blocks so no one can bust out. The problem is that you spawn on top of the structure. But we fixed that by making some of those blocks that go down after you stand on them for too long to enter the arena. And we called it Thunderdome. 2 men enter. He said 4 men enter, 1 man leaves. And I guess that works out fine. It works really well. He wanted to have some fun with it first. We did not play a stamina match. We just kind of smacked each other around, and we got to the maximum 999 damage. And unfortunately, busted the myth that when you reach a certain damage threshold, you just spontaneously explode. You don't. You just get smacked around. It's really gay. Had fun though. As far as stamina matches go, it works really well. I wish I could show it to you, but I can't. Maybe if I get Wi-Fi and you get Wi-Fi and we hook up over Wi-Fi. Today was pretty quiet too, though, as far as, interesting things happening. Besides that bone, which, by the way, disappeared. Kind of creepy. Not a trace. I searched all around the yard and bone's gone. Maybe it's in the belly of those kittens. No, I was going to ask you something, but it's probably not a good idea to ask here. Not till, like I told you, I can make a real private video. So I guess I'll end it here. Go get ready for bed. And I love you. I love you more than anything else in the world, and I'll talk to you soon.